First Class Scandal. I'm Rebecca Lieb.
I'm Jason Horton.
And this is Ghost Town.
Larry Hillblom, who was the H in the shipping company DHL, was in a plane crash on May 21st, 1995, on a flight from Pagan Island to Saipan. The bodies of the pilot found. The body of his business partner found.
Okay.
The body of Larry Hillblom not found.
Oof.
Now, before you feel any kind of sympathy, sadness, there's a reason that this person is not around, and it's probably for the better.
Okay.
So DHL, we've heard of, very familiar with the shipping company. You know, one of my favorites.
One of your favorite shipping companies? Top 10? Top 5?
Top 50.
Whoa. Okay.
My own personal
Same ball.
shipping. Ghost Town shipping. Top 40.
GTS?
Yeah.
You're the T in the GTS?
Yes. Don't ask what the T is for.
Yeah.
So DHL started in 1969, but by 1980, Larry Hillblom was not feeling it anymore. He kind of started shirking his duties and kind of passing them off. And very successful company, still around today.
Yeah.
Made a lot of money, was very successful.
Hated that. I hate when my company is super successful and makes me a lot of money.
But what happens when you get rich and bored?
Ooh.
You might start by buying an island.
Yes.
Off of Guam, like right around there. You might just buy a quick island.
Oh, boy.
So Larry Hillblom had a few interests. One being real estate development. Okay.
Okay. Rich people stuff.
Hotels and golf courses. Sure.
Totally.
Being a sex tourist might be at the top of the list.
That's also, as we've learned, rich people stuff.
I mean, the term sex tourist is, in itself, it's like, okay, but it's not good. It's very bad. Trolling the dives and brothels of Vietnam and the Philippines for underage girls.
This is a tale as old as time for rich white guys who are making money around the clock and who fancy themselves like men of the world. I told you that I was listening to Evil by Design, the Peter Nygaard podcast. Incredible, put out by the CBC. Same thing. Literally the same thing. Not an island off of Guam. It's, in the Caribbean, but like, wow.
Larry Hillblom, he was a regular in, the islands like, Vietnam and Saipan and everything. And he would get into tussles like, with business deals, and he in and out of court. And, was kind of an eccentric in some way, and still had that kind of business savvy, but also definitely way out there, and a horrible lifestyle and behavior that, maybe he's like, well, I can't get away with this in the United States, but can I get away with it in the Philippines or Vietnam or Saipan or, one of these countries? And one way or another, he apparently did, until he didn't. And the seaplane crashing on May 21st, 1995, his body not being found, that's possible.
Yeah.
We talk about these things all the time.
Yeah.
It very well might not be found. Or is that sound like somebody that wanted to get away with being under scrutiny like he was for his horrible indiscretions?
Yeah, and just starting a new life.
So when and again, like, I don't know I don't think if he's dead in absentia or what the case is, because there is a May 22nd, 1995 article one day later saying that the body of Larry Hillblom was found. But that was the Chicago Tribune. But all the other things that I've seen, including Wikipedia, don't list him as dead. And I only found the one article from the Chicago Tribune that says they found his body, you know, it was like on an island, washed up there or something like that. But everything else is that he is thought to be dead, but not dead. So it's a very strange thing. I don't know what the case is with him, but 4 different women came forth claiming they had children by Larry Hillblom. Probably had a bunch, by the way. And they were confirmed after DNA testing. And because Hillblom had not updated his 1982 will, he didn't have a clause excluding future children or addressing any future children in any way. And it eventually included over 200 attorneys on 2 continents. Ultimately, Hillblom's children were awarded 60% of his $600 million estate, making them among the wealthiest residents of Saipan at that point. So
Incredible.
The people coming forward, you know, saying, hey, listen, I had his kid. You know, I want my money. He had sex with me when I was honestly
probably underage,
probably 13 or 14.
Manipulated. And also, like, the upbringing of the child to that point probably was really hard.
It probably was hard. So that, you know, in a strange way, became extremely wealthy in that. And the fact is, he just didn't update his will from 1982.
Great. I mean, that's like best case scenario for these guys.
May 22nd, 1995 article. It says, DHL founder discovered dead. The body of reclusive U.S. billionaire Larry Lee Hillblom has been recovered from a remote island, the U.S. Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas in the Western Pacific, officials said. I don't know. Like, I thought he was just assumed dead. I don't really know. And there's just only this one article. There is a Larry Hillblom Foundation, though.
Okay.
LIHF.org. That's I don't know if they give grants or whatever, but it's like, it's up and run. Like, I don't know who runs it or what the deal is.
What is it for?
It's kind of a foundation to give information and and grants and stuff like that to people in business and stuff like that. I mean, listen, if it helps, that's where his money's going, and the people that run it. Like,
as someone who's ingested a lot of Jeffrey Epstein, Peter Nygaard stuff in the past couple months, like, this seems like best case scenario. Honestly,
could you call it something different though?
Instead of the Larry Hillblom Foundation? Yes, you could, but I'm sure there's some legal clause in calling it that and being able to give money or calling an organization or something. Even with the missing person thing, I think it's like someone has to say that they are, like, a family or friend has to be like, no, they're formally dead. I'm actually not quite sure, but I think that might be the case. Someone has to decree it.
Either way, probably is dead, but I think there's this thing of like, well, would an eccentric millionaire who has means be able to get away if they wanted to?
Yes. It's like,
it's a seaplane. It's not like, you know, he wasn't like in a 747. He was just...
Oh. But, I mean, also plausible. Body was there, an animal gobbled it up, you know? Also a good way for someone like that to go.
Just a little gobble gobble.